Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today we're going to do another May You Be Inspired By video. And today we're going to be inspired by coffee, paper, scissors. So I was having a look through her videos and there were lots that I could have chosen from, but one that stood out to me was how she made a bookmark tassel. Now I'm not going to make mine as a bookmark, I'm going to make my tassel in the same way as I have done in the past, just because I like, I want to stick with what I know. But we are going to change it at the very last minute and follow her idea. Now I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm hoping if I can do it justice, it will look absolutely fantastic. So we'll start by making the tassel part of it first. So here I've got a bunch of ribbons, laces and trims, different things. So I've got some brown ribbons, some brown lace, green ribbons, white lace and various eyelash trims, gold eyelash trim, mossy gold leaf trim. And then I've also popped in a couple of threads of twine, and I've also got some gold twine in there as well. So what I'm hoping is that I've gone for like woody, earthy, botanical type colours, but with lots and lots of gold and sparkle in there, because obviously, as you might have guessed, this is going on my green fairy journal. So once you've got all of your trims laid out, so roughly speaking, mine are double the length of my spine, so that I can drop them down further if needs be, but that's what we're going to get. So once we fold them in half, they'll obviously take up the full length of our spine. I hope that makes sense. So we've got our ring. So I'm just using a key ring loop just to keep things nice and easy. So we're going to find roughly the middle of our trims so that they just all cascade down like this, you see? Okay. And what we want to do is put them through our loop. Now in the past I've used key rings, I've used like jump rings, large jump rings. Any kind of a loop that you have will work just fine. And all you want to do is make sure that you get all of your threads and trims and things all through your loop, which is a little bit fumbly, especially if you've got lots and lots like I do. But let's see, did we manage to get them all? If we don't get any, if there's some that don't come through, then we'll just pull them through. It's no big deal. And then what you'll do is you'll just pull your trims until they're all hanging sort of in the middle of where the trim is. Okay, I think that's mine. Apart from these two, they escaped me. So let's pop those in. So it's just a case of just threading them through if any did escape. So I'll just pop that one in, and this lovely bit of gold trim for extra sparkle. Okay, how are we looking? I'm just gonna fold over my gold leaf trim so that it's the right way around. I'm just going to pull the gold trim through. So I'm just going to do a little bit of tidying up, so just bear with me. Basically just to get them all so that they're in the right place. Okay. Oh no, that one does not want to stay in there. Okay. I basically just went through all of my trims just to find the right kind of colours, really. There's the other end of that. Okay, I think we're good now. So what you should have is something looking really cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to grab some ribbon or twine or string or something, anything that is good enough for tying. So I'm going to use this pretty green ribbon. You want something, thin, and you'll see why in a moment. So we're just going to twist this so that we can get our little like boho top, like so. I'm going to take our ribbon. I have a feeling mine's way too long, so I'm just going to make sure I'm not using ribbon unnecessarily. And we're just going to tie the ribbon around the top. So yeah, it's a little bit fingers and thumbs. Okay, so just tie it nice and tight. And I'm going to do probably three knots just to be sure. So nice and tight. Sorry if I'm pulling it to me. I'm going to do another one, and I'm doing right over left, left over right type of a movement. I think that should be plenty. I've done 3 knots. Okay, so then we have this beautiful thing. So now it's just a case of letting these ribbons that we've just added hang down as part of the trim, part of the tassel, and then we're just going to cut off any excess. So I have plenty of excess. So let me just cut a few of these down to size. I'm not worrying about lightering my ribbons or anything just yet, because I will hold them up against my journal in a second just to see if we've got the right kind of a size. Probably a little bit long, but let's just see. Yeah, so I think I want to take off about this much from essentially everything. So I'm just going to do that very quickly, because we can always tidy up everything later on. Okay. All right, so we have our beautiful, beautiful tassel. Lots of green, lots of brown, lots of gorgeous colours in there. So now we're going to do the part that's inspired by coffee, paper, scissors. So up to this point, I've always done my tassels this way. So what I would do normally is with these, the ribbon that we've just tied around, I would normally tie a bow, so that you've got a nice decorative bow here, and then I start adding in, you know, beads and gems and various things like that. But with Stephanie's video, and of course, as always, I will link her channel and video down below, she did something different with these bits. She not only tied some beads onto them, but she also used a giant mushroom die cut. Now, I don't have a giant mushroom die cut. I do have some things that will work though. So I've got some stickers. That's my first thing. So I've got some butterfly stickers here. So what you want is you want something that will, you can put the same thing front and back, or you can see it front and back. So in her case, I think she was using a die cut, which she then reversed. So she had, you know, a mirror image like this. I don't have anything like that, but I do have some butterfly stickers, which I think if we match them up okay, I can use 2 stickers, so one front and back. So I've got those as an option. The other idea I've got is I've got essentially some card, which I'm going to add, which I could add a sticker to on this one, and maybe a, I've got like these 3D chipboard things. That could be something, because the card itself is the same size. So we'll have something like that, maybe. Or the other alternative is some mushroom stickers instead of the butterflies. But I just want to start with the beads first, and then we can be in a position to choose one of those once we know what it looks like. But in her case, yes, she used a die cut. I think it was a die cut. And it looked amazing. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the right thing, but I am going to work with what I've got. Okie dokie. So now the time has come to add some charms and beads and various things. So I'm hoping you can see okay. Just lifted the camera up slightly just so that I can see more of a view. Okay, so we're going to start by adding in our beads onto our ribbons that we've just tied the knot with. So you're going to grab both ends, and as I say, this is very much inspired by Stephanie's video. I've never done tassels like this before, and I'm excited and hopeful that this will work with what I've got at home in my craft room. Okay, so we're going to thread our needle. Now I've just cut a point onto my ribbon with the hope that this might help us get through the needle. I may need to use a different needle, but let's just see. Okie dokie. Right, I've got my needle threaded with my two ends of ribbon. So we're going to put some beads at the very top here. So I need to decide on what beads to use. Okay, so now we're going to thread some beads onto the ribbon that we've just tied. So choose your beads. Obviously you want ones that will fit over your, your ribbon or twine. Okay, so I'm going to go with this pretty pearl bead. Just fits over. Okay, and you're going to take it right up to the knot. I'm going to go with a brown bead next. I think that one just fits. Oops. Just taking it off my needle. Okay, and then I'm going to add a final pearl, if we can get this one to fit. Just. Okay, so you have this. If you can see that, so you've got your string of beads as part of your tassel. Now, so this is obviously what Coffee Paper Scissors did. So she got our first set of beads, and then this is where she had her mushroom die cut. So if I just give you sort of an idea of what she did, I suppose. So she had two mirrored image die cuts. These are just some stickers that I've got. And she put one on the side of the ribbon and the one on the other side, and glued them down so that the ribbon hung through her mushroom, and then she had and then she could obviously tie some more beads on. So I do not have a die cut, so I need to think about what I'm going to use instead. Okay, so I'm torn between either using these butterfly stickers and using 3, which would be interesting, or using 2 of these toadstool stickers, one on top of the other, which I do like. It looks quite earthy, and my thoughts were the ribbon could go through this this stem or stalk and be sort of partially hidden with that. So I need to make a decision over butterflies or toadstools. Okay, so I've just been matching up my butterfly stickers with sort of size, which ones match, kind of. Now these are good stickers. These are 3D stickers with a silver border, which helps me out slightly in the sense of the silver border disguises that they're not an exact match. If you have a mirror die cut, mirrored image die cut, just like Stephanie used, then this will be a lot easier. But equally, if you don't have that, here is what we're going to do instead. Okay, so we've got our first sticker, which hopefully will not get completely stuck to me. And then I'm just going to run a spot of glue down the middle of it, because that is where we're going to have our 2 strands of ribbon. So this will be our first one. So we're going to go vaguely beneath the beads. Now I'm only using glue because I imagine, the although these are very sticky, as referenced by the fact that they want to stick to me, I imagine they'll lose stickiness over time. So, by using the beacon glue, we can be sure that we won't lose them. Or we can hope that we won't lose them. I absolutely love making tassels. I really do. Okay, so we're just going to pop our back sticker behind the other one, and that way if this strand flips over, or if someone turns it over, then you know they get butterflies on both sides. Just you can always trim off a bit of excess where needed as well. So what you can see is you get this really fun tassel, you know. As I say, she had this massive mushroom, something like this big, with her beads, and it looked fabulous. I'm going to have a string of butterflies instead. But I mean, isn't that a fun idea? I've never seen someone do a tassel like that before. So I'm going to run through and put these rest of these butterflies on. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. And then what I'm also going to do is I want to add some charms and buttons and bells to some of my strands, which I'll do a couple on screen with you, but the rest I'll do off screen because it will just be a similar sort of process. So I'm going to put the other butterflies on, and then when I come back we will start adding some beads and fun jingly things. There we go. I've got my butterflies on. How fun does that look? And they are, you know, if it flips over, you get more butterflies. So that is that section. And then we can add some more, if we want to, we can add some more beads to the bottom here. Okay, and then we're going to pop on our beads just like we did at the top here. So I'm going to go with another three beads, if I can fit them on. Okay, I'm going to try this brown one. I'm not sure if it will fit, but we'll try. Hoping it will. No, too small, so I have to go with this brown bead instead. Okay. Hoping I've got enough ribbon left to, we're supposed to tie a knot at the bottom, I believe, to obviously keep all these beads on. Hopefully I've got enough ribbon left. I think I do. Okay, and then we're just going to tie a very secure knot. So I'm going to do right over left, left over right type thing again. Should I do a third one? That'll be tight enough, right? Might just do a third one just to be sure. Then they are definitely not coming off. Okay. For any time that I've used ribbons, I will come at the bottom of them with a lighter very carefully, which will stop the ends from fraying. Okay, now that is our very basic tassel inspired by coffee, paper, scissors finished. But I do want to add some more beads and charms and things to various other threads that I've got in there. But I mean, how fun is that to have those die cuts, fussy cut stickers, whatever you want to use? How fun is that? So fun. I absolutely love it. Can you see the butterflies? Okay, cool. So now it's just a case of where I've got, you know, I've got pieces of twine that I've added, things like this, a bit of cord. I want to add some buttons and charms and also some jingle bells onto them. But I'm going to hit pause because it takes me so long to thread beads onto things. It's just a case of doing, you know, similar to what I've done there, just thread a bead on, tie a knot, etc. So I'll come back and I'll show you how it looks after. Okay, here we go. My tassel inspired by coffee, paper, scissors is now finished. So as I say, the main thing that inspired it was the fact that she used her mushroom die cut. I've used some butterfly stickers as my focal point. And then we have the jangle. I've added in some bells, if I can find them. So I've got a bead here, and then I've got some bells and more beads on these threads. Then obviously we've got the beads above those butterflies, which I hope I've done correctly. And then I also added it in onto this cord that I had. I've also added in some buttons, which are, they're called shank buttons. They're the ones with little, like, they're not flat back. Can you see that? It's got like a sticky outy, it's called a shank button. So I threaded in a couple of those as well, just tied on with knots like you would a bead. So I've got one there, and where's the other one? I've also got one on here as well, just for that extra something. And of course, you know, how often do we get a chance to use those beads in our buttons in our journals, because obviously they're not flat. So that's that. Okay, right, so let's see how we would look. So I'm not sure how I'm going to attach it to the journal yet. I might just paper clip it in, I might use an eyelet, I'm not sure, but essentially we're going to have butterflies down the side. Can you see that? There we go. Oops. As you can see, my journal is not put together yet, so I'm actually struggling to find a way to show you it. I don't know, can you see it? If I hold it there. Oops. With those butterflies. Isn't that so fun? I absolutely love that idea. So thank you so much to Stephanie, first of all, for the inspiration for trying a tassel in this kind of a way. And thank you to my subscribers for recommending that I go and check out her channel. So as I say, I will link the original video and Stephanie's channel down below for you, so you can go and check out this. As I say, she made her tassel as a bookmark, so that was also an interesting concept to it. Obviously my journal is a hardcover, so I'm actually going to attach my tassel directly onto the spine, which is why, you know, mine's not a bookmark. But as I say, I've never seen someone do a tassel in this way, where you've got you know, some kind of picture in it. I think that's really unusual, really fun concept, and I absolutely love how mine turned out. So I hope you will consider giving this a go. As always, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this May inspired series. I'm sorry if the angle on the video is not brilliant. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my new tripod at the moment in terms of getting things in the right place, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be used to it slowly but surely. As always then, everyone, thank you ever so much for joining me. One last look at those butterflies. And yeah, I hope you've been inspired by what you've seen today, and I hope you will check out Coffee Paper Scissors on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.